Race Against E-Waste team from the Interact Club in J.P. Stevens High School in Edison, New Jersey. My name is Shreya.
I'm Sarika.
I'm Soham.
And I'm Sayam.
Our ambitious proposal to change the world will target SDGs 8, 12, and 13. Our project consists of an environmentally friendly way to refine e-waste and sell it to companies. E-waste consists of electronic devices and other technology. Tons of e-waste is often sent to developing countries where women and children recycle e-waste under low wages and unhealthy conditions. For example, in Guai, China, 80% of children have serious health problems because of the toxins in e-waste. This is because people often burn the e-waste instead of recycling it, which affects the air and land quality. The problems with e-waste management have become a crisis. We need the private sector to take leadership on this issue and become more sustainable for the people, planet, and global economy.
Our solution to the e-waste problem is to strengthen the global market for e-waste reconsumption. We would do this by creating a sustainable global nonprofit organization that would work with partnering companies to break down e-waste in facilities and harvest the materials. These materials, such as gold, copper, silver, and other metals, would be extracted and sold to businesses in various sectors. Our refinement facilities will start off in a developing country such as India or China, which already has a large quantity of e-waste. After the permit process, we will work with local shipping companies and companies from around the world to establish a steady inflow. In doing so, we can clean up and protect the environment and also reduce the amount of harm done to local people and children while also having a steady source of supply for our own products. In order to get a better idea of how the recycling industry works, we contacted Joe Anotic, the Business Development Manager for New Tech Recycling, and Ed Jennington, the Regional Manager for Abington Weldon Metals.
Mr. Anotic told us how first-tier recyclers disassemble the waste, second-tier recyclers shred the waste, third-tier recyclers break the waste down further, and fourth-tier recyclers refine the waste. Then, commodity purchasers buy these products from manufacturers, who make products using these materials. Once the goods are thrown away, the whole process starts again. Our project intends to combine several of these steps, specifically the 4 tiers of recycling and selling the material, making what we do unique from traditional recycling companies.
Currently, there are 2 standard methods of isolating metals from e-waste: burning off the metals at high temperatures or using a cyanide solution to separate the metals.
However, there is a better way. Researchers at the University of Saskatchewan found a new method of refining e-waste using acetic acid, most commonly found in vinegar. This method is faster, less toxic, and produces less waste. It costs $1,520 to extract 1 kilogram of gold from a cyanide solution and makes 5,000 liters of waste. The same amount of gold can be extracted using acetic acid for $66 with only 100 liters of waste. If this solution is implemented, our project will be the first to use this process on a large scale. We also contacted one of the researchers from the university, but unfortunately, he was unavailable for comment. Their work indicated that they were currently looking for industry partners to apply this method on a larger scale. We intend to be a partner for these researchers to bring a clean, green, and unique approach to recycling. With our industry partners, we plan to extract the metals safely and shape them into metal capsules for sale.
Furthermore, our project will create safe jobs for all of our workers. Our inclusive and nurturing employment program will ensure a minimum pay and worker compensation, and will help lift people out of poverty. As handling e-waste can be hazardous, our workers will also be equipped with the skills and technology to handle toxic chemicals. We will also build our facilities using sustainable ingredients, develop a climate action plan for each facility, and use zero discharge technologies to make sure our wastewater is recycled. This plan will make our process very unique from other companies.
Additionally, our project will strengthen the e-waste industry. Our project would disincentivize the use of mining for rare materials and make it cost-effective for customers to buy from us.
To support our ambitious goals and initiatives, we've designed a funding plan. As part of our plan, we will file for a 501c3 tax-exempt organization and apply for private and government grants. We will also aim to get investments, sponsorships, and partnerships, such as partnering with the UN Environment Program.
Not only is our solution feasible and well thought out, but also a remarkable way to solve an outrageous problem in the world. Our project will promote a circular economy in which valuable materials can be reused, while facilitating the chain of consumption so that these finite materials are not put to waste. Recovering metals and other materials from e-waste is not only sustainable, but more affordable. This process is 13 times cheaper than mining, which has a severely detrimental impact on the environment, which we are striving to protect. Through our proactive approach towards the environment, we hope to turn the tide on the negative sentiment attached to refinery businesses and set an example for future corporations. This solution can make the world a better place one step at a time by reducing toxic electronic waste and protecting lives all around the world. We will only be able to do this with your help, so we hope you join us and make haste to recycle e-waste.
What are the major causes of this problem and how can we prevent them?
As technology grows more advanced, more and more products are made, which increases the amount of e-waste in circulation. The problem occurs when people and companies do not dispose of e-waste properly. Many people throw e-waste directly into the trash, and companies who do not want to pay money for the expensive process of recycling e-waste illegally send them to developing countries for refining. Many poor people, including women and children, burn the e-waste to get rid of it, releasing toxins into the air. Furthermore, unrefined e-waste also causes toxins to leach into the ground.
Another problem that has led to this crisis is the lack of global infrastructure. Our current economic models don't support a cradle-to-cradle concept. The cradle-to-cradle concept is an idea in which the waste is reused and used in new products. Our proposal will promote this concept and make sure that a circular economy is made.
Often many countries rich in minerals and metals like gold, silver, and copper suffer corruption, repression, and civil war. Governments, mining companies, and other groups can exploit these natural resources, fueling civil and interstate conflict. Different groups of people aim to control regions of land rich in natural resources in order to make large sums of money. By significantly reducing the need for these regions, e-waste can help prevent such conflicts as mining is not necessary for these materials.
This can be prevented by simply finding a cost-effective method of refining e-waste that is safe for people to do. Our solution does that by using acetic acid, a chemical that produces significantly less e-waste in refinement and can separate e-waste from metals like gold with the appropriate equipment. By refining e-waste, we can assure it is used again. By recycling these metals and other products in waste, we can reduce the amount of waste produced, since we would provide a source of supply that doesn't require mining and getting even more resources.
How would you incentivize recycling companies to revolutionize a system that already exists?
Our project will begin by starting our own facilities to collect and refine e-waste. After we successfully start up our own project and work everything out, we would definitely try to assist recycling companies to implement the same process in their facilities to make a bigger impact and control e-waste around the world.
Recycling companies have many reasons to switch to the acetic acid process over the traditional e-waste refinement practices. Burning off metals at high temperatures or using a cyanide solution to separate the metals, which is the standardized method, is way more environmentally damaging, and which is why our method is much more useful.
Each of these processes are time-consuming, expensive, and generate a lot of waste. It costs $1,520 to extract 1 kilogram of gold using a cyanide solution and makes 5,000 liters of waste. The same amount of gold could be extracted using acetic acid for $66 with only 100 liters of waste.
With these significant numbers, switching to acetic acid would be an obvious choice for many recycling companies. They can be more cost efficient, and it would be in the company's best interest to find methods of refinement that help the environment.
How will the system control or eliminate the causes of this problem? How would sufficient money be generated for the creation and sustainability of this system?
Rather than working to change consumer habits and mindsets when it comes to buying, repairing, and recycling e-waste, our solution is to capitalize on the outcome of used and broken electronics and eliminate the harmful environmental, economic, and commodity consequences that are caused by e-waste. Through this proposal, we will control the causes of e-waste by increasing the rate at which e-waste is properly recycled.
By refining and reusing the e-waste, we will save the earth by reducing mining and wasting more natural resources. Companies who want to eliminate their e-waste will send it to our company to be refined and then sold to other companies.
In addition to saving resources, we will help reduce the e-waste in our world. Major causes of the increase of e-waste is due to the increasing of new products and technologies made.
What are the shortcomings in the current recycling system? How do you plan on convincing these companies to partner with you if there's readily available research showing that the process you suggested is very cost effective when they could do it themselves and reap the benefits without a middleman?
Regarding the money aspect of our project, we will charge the companies for the transportation of the e-waste from their facilities to ours. This will be very affordable for the company. Our main revenue source will come from selling our raw materials and metals and will be much cheaper than current metals that come from mining. The low cost will incentivize companies to buy from us.
Current shortcomings in the recycling process include the toxin release in the air and the amount of waste generated by the two current methods of refining e-waste. We plan on addressing the lack of international policy on e-waste. Each country has different environmental standards for recycling, which is difficult for recyclers all across the world.
For our relationship with governments, NGOs, and the UN, we hope to lobby for international language among governments that establish better environmental and safer working standards. In addition, we will push for legislation that reduces the amount of greenwashing done by many companies.
We believe that the current international efforts, such as the Basel Convention, do not suffice in combating the e-waste crisis. We will use our platform to promote cleaner and greener practices worldwide.
Unlike many other recycling companies, our project intends to combine several of the steps involved in the recycling process. According to Mr. Inotic of NewTech Recycling, there are 4 tiers or steps of recycling, after which the refined waste turns into useful materials for product. By combining these tiers and selling material, we eliminate many of the steps or middleman of recycling for a more effective and streamlined process.
How will you ensure the self-sustainability of this process? For example, even though the government grants can kickstart the process, will there be enough money made from selling the metals to fund the process over again?
For our proposal, we have created a liabilities versus assets model to plan out our expenses. This model includes the average costs of paying our workers and negotiating other worker benefits with labor unions for possible increases in capital, and taxes paid by our company to the government of the country. Our assets include our safe and sustainable facilities, our special equipment for protecting workers while keeping them safe, and our machines that do the hard work for us.
After a deep analysis, we have confirmed that our solution is financially feasible and will be able to self-sustain after implementing our short-term funding plan. For our long-term funding plan, we would follow a combination of the resource recycler and local nationalizer funding models suggested by Stanford. By following this funding model, we can effectively keep our project alive and put the money to good use.
In addition to our current comprehensive funding plan, we're planning to start a membership program in which members pay monthly dues and get small gifts and benefits for their contributions. Many nonprofits, such as the Paralyzed American Veterans of America, use this method to incentivize members to receive incentives and provide member-only access to certain events.
Similar to a charity, we can get a large amount of our starting revenue from these monthly member dues. Altogether, we would use this funding for resolving unaccounted overhead, strengthening our ground for existing facilities, and expanding our facilities to other e-waste infested areas.